We're here to answer your questions. Thanks for asking us questions. Now it's time to answer them for you. Welcome back to Jikasa Japan. We've got to episode 10, which is the question and answers. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all our subscribers and everybody who watches and comments and gives us a thumbs up. We're going to start with a few people have asked about our situation. I'm from England, originally been in Japan for 23 years. I do speak Japanese. We live outside of Tokyo, about 30-minute train journey from Tokyo, in this apartment that we're in now. Yoshimi?
Yeah, I'm Japanese who grew up in Japan but went to high school in Canada, so that's where I learned how to speak English. So my English is not perfect, but
Neither's mine. Being from the north of England.
Trying my best.
Why Jikasa Japan? Okay, so the place we live in now is an apartment that we rent, and because of the expression Mikasa Sukasa or Sukasa Mikasa? Mikasa Sukasa?
We're not even sure.
I don't speak Spanish, obviously. Mikasa means my house, so our house, which is why we called this place Mikasa. Then when we bought the house, we were thinking of names. My first initial is G. So Jikasa, we just came up with, oh, that sounds good. Jikasa sounds good.
G's house.
G's house, yeah. G's house. Obviously, it's our house. And then we were thinking of, because in Japan they use Japanese characters,
right?
Chinese characters, Japanese, whatever, kanji. And we were thinking of how can we incorporate that into the name of the house, which kanji would be good, which with meaning and stuff. Yeah. So this is what we came up with. I'm not sure if you can see it. 3 kanji. The first one means our or mine. The middle one means house, and the bottom one means kind of nature.
Nature. Yeah.
So our house in nature. I thought it was pretty cool. And in Japan, it's Jikasa. You can read it as Jikasa.
Nobody would probably read it correctly if you put this kind of together.
Yeah, but we're only inviting people who know how to read it. We started this channel mainly for us, really, because you don't tend to record everything you do when you're renovating a house. So initially for us, and of course a lot of people are interested in renovating houses, especially in Japanese countryside, people who live in Japan anyway. Maybe people from abroad are interested too. And the design of the houses in Japan is very unique, I think, as you've seen from our, especially the Japanese washitsu, it's called.
So next Q&A session, finally.
Okay, more guitar? No.
No more guitar.
Okay, so how did we find the house? I speak Japanese and read Japanese, so it's a lot easier if you do. I didn't do it in English. Anyway, I searched, just Google search, and then there's a few big estate agents.
What was the one that we found Jikasa in?
I don't know. At the Homes, maybe that's one
Homes.
of them. At Homes is one. And I was looking in a different area in Japan, and we actually went to look at a few different places. So there's a digital form on the website that you send an email, and I guess they send it to a local estate agent, not part of the company, but I guess they're linked in some way. And then they phone you and you arrange to go and meet them and see the house. So we saw a few in a different area in Gunma, and then by chance when I was looking on that page, the same page for houses in Gunma, at the bottom a house came up, and it happened to be in a different area.
Which he didn't know initially.
Yeah, I thought it was the same area.
Yeah.
And then we contacted them and arranged to meet, and went to see the house. Ours was less than 10 million yen, which is I think rather reasonable for what we got. The land is about 500 square meters, maybe 460 or something square meters. So there's a decent sized garden, as you've seen, decent sized house. I guess usually that kind of house would cost maybe over 10 million yen. In our case, the daughter was selling the house because her mother had passed away, so it's where the daughter grew up. We offered to clean the house out ourselves to save a bit of money, but she didn't want that because I guess it's a lot of her possessions were there from when she lived there and her mother's possessions. So they went through the route of ordering a company to remove all the clothes, furniture, just everything was in there. Which in hindsight, I'm glad we did.
Yeah,
because it would have been a proper pain in
it
the...
would probably take us like months to actually clean the whole house. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a hell of a lot of job.
Yeah, we haven't showed you the how the house was before it
Maybe
was
you
cleaned
can.
out.
Maybe you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, maybe we'll show it to you
It'll
later.
come about right here, pictures. Can you do that? That'd be good if you
Yeah,
magic.
probably just somewhere.
I'll just do this. If anybody's interested in knowing more details about how to buy a house in Japan, then leave comments. It was our first time. It went smooth, you know.
A question from Stefan.
Steve.
Oh, Stephen Freeman. Thank you, Stephen, for commenting. And where are you originally from in England? Yorkshire.
Okay, I presume that's a question for me.
Yeah.
Not Yorkshire, Lancashire.
Is that a place nearby?
It's the county next to next to
Oh.
Yorkshire. So in Japan, county is called prefecture. So we bought a house in Yamanashi prefecture. We live in Saitama prefecture.
Okay.
I'm not from Yorkshire, I'm from Lancashire. But yeah, kind of. I get where you're coming from. Right.
Okay, so next question from ASKA, Aska. Not quite sure. So thank you for comment. Your house looks quite new. What age is it? Lots of questions, but I'll keep watching and maybe the answers will appear along the way. Cheers.
The house is 35 years old.
37, I believe.
37 years old. Which in any normal country, in any other country, 37 years old is very new. However, in Japan, because of the earthquakes, they can't build houses in stone. They have to build them in wood. So of course, over time, wood weakens. What's the word? I'm not so much sure. So basically, the usual pattern in Japan is rebuilding the house every 40 or 50 years. So the house looks new to us. It is new-ish. But in Japan, in the next 10 years, most people would knock it down and rebuild a new house. They also have white ant problems here.
That's
So
true.
the white ants, termites, they can get into the wooden foundation and eat away at it. I don't think we have that problem in our house
We're
where
not.
we are,
Yeah,
but you never know.
that's true. Not that we know of. Okay. So next question is from R.O. Picasso. So thank you for the comment. The question was, do these types of houses have a name, or is it just an ordinary house in Japan?
Just an ordinary house. A lot of people say akia or kominka, these kind of words that people throw around. But akia means it's kind of an abandoned house that nobody's lived in for years. And with a wooden house, you can imagine how that's going to deteriorate very quickly.
And how much more work you have to put into.
Kominka, what's kominka mean? I don't really know.
Kominka, I think when I searched, if I remember it right, I think it houses that are like more than 50 years old. They don't really have a standards.
So yeah, our house is, I guess, the norm.
Ish. The next question is from Rory.
Thanks, Rory.
Thank you, Rory, for commenting.
Hope you win the Masters this year.
So you are a good team. It's always nice to see your videos each week and seeing what it's like to do up a house in Japan as a couple. I'm thinking of doing a similar thing in the future. So your series is great for me, and thanks for putting this out there, mates. All right. So the last line is the question: when do you think you'll move in?
Okay. Thanks, Rory. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
If you start a YouTube channel, let us know.
Not even channel.
Let us know and we'll follow you. But yeah, if you have any questions about, like we said before, we're happy to help. What was the question?
So the question was, you talk too much. So the question was, when do you think you'll move in?
All right. Well, yeah, we were thinking of moving in.
Right.
But after kind of staying there most weekends and finding out more about the area, and also because of my work, I work in Tokyo, and from April when the contracts and things are renewed, I will be working even more in Tokyo. So we're not moving in is the answer. We're gonna do it up and use it as a summer house. People can visit. We'll have barbecues, etc., and then take it from there. We might end up selling it.
We're not sure.
Yeah, we're not sure at the moment. At the moment, it's just kind of it's a project that we're both interested in.
True.
And yeah, we'll see. We'll play it by ear.
Next question is from Carl Lantoni. And is there something wrong with the actual wood floor that you choose wood stickers? Thanks for sharing.
Ah, so it looks like it's a wooden floor, but it's like thin wooden tiles that were applied 30 odd years ago. Yeah, we were initially going to try and keep it because we'd like to keep it out. So I bought a sander and I tried sanding it, but because it's not like real wood,
it wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, it wasn't. It just wasn't a good idea. So yeah, that's why we decided to cover the floor in the living dining room kitchen.
Pros and cons of buying an old house in Japan.
Pros and cons.
Because I know you have cons. So
for us,
not for
pros. It's cheap to buy a house compared to a lot of countries. So I got friends. I lived in Australia for a couple of years. I've got friends in Australia. To buy a house in a similar area would be 10 times the cost. Yeah. So there's that. It's very cheap to buy a house. You get a very nice. I think that, like, the style of the house is very unique especially for foreign people living in Japan.
True. Yeah.
The tatami style rooms are very just cool.
It's very Japanese.
Yeah, very
culture.
Japanese.
Yeah.
The cons of buying an old house is it is old.
It's old.
So you've got to do repairs to it, renovate it, spend money renovating. Other cons are
there's the little ones, here and there. Like you have to always check the toilet system.
So our house has like a septic tank. It's not connected to the main sewage, which is most places, I think, out in the countryside.
It's more common, yeah.
Which I'm not sure if it's a pro or a con, because if there's a big earthquake, the infrastructure just gets ripped apart. So having your own system wouldn't be such a bad thing, I think.
Yeah, those kind of system surrounding the house, you have to, I think, really check before you buy it, because there is another one, the oil stove for the hot water. How do you call it?
Oh yeah, so our shower system and our hot water isn't gas. It's powered by I think in other countries it's called paraffin. It's used a lot here for heaters, like paraffin heaters. It's quite cheap to buy. So our water heating system, you'd have to fill it up. We haven't actually filled it up at all yet.
That's true.
It seems to be quite economical.
It might be pros.
Yeah, we don't know if it's a pro or a con. We've had no problems with it. So that's the end of the questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone, for
commenting. Sorry we destroyed your names.
I am so sorry. So, the last session is about our future projects. And
so yeah, we're both interested, obviously, in different things. We want to kind of put a video out once a week at least, yeah.
Yeah,
So there's other things we might do.
we try to.
One thing is, so Yoshimi likes to do art and things, whatever.
It's not really art, but like easy DIY.
Oh, easy DIY.
Yeah.
It's art. Why is it not art? You did it. It's art.
Yeah, but it's kind of inspired. Like I didn't think of this design.
Who thought of it?
I don't know.
No, but you thought of the design, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. I thought of
So that's art. That's art.
Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, I'm interested in doing like a little DIY, which I'm a very lazy person, so I'm not gonna be doing big projects, but like some of the easy ones you can do, when you have like.
That's why we get on so well. So there's that, yeah. I'm into cooking, so I want to kind of do some. Well, maybe if you're interested in Japanese cooking, I'll make some Japanese stuff, but also just easy stuff. Same again, lazy. So I don't like.
Our concept is gonna be lazy.
Yeah, it should be lazy Japan.
Lazy Japan.
And like also, I think maybe some people would have an interest in seeing like what's called in Japan it's an izakaya, which is like a local drinking establishment. So I go to a couple of places. They're very kind of, you wouldn't see them in any other country style, Japanese style. So I'm thinking of doing a video there.
And I think there's going to be more. You'll be seeing more of this apartment in the future in our channel, because this is obviously, if we was going to make a video of a cooking video, then we'll film it here in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, I think we've this place is kind of pretty cool. I think I like this apartment.
We both love this apartment very much.
And it's reasonable price, decent size, close to Tokyo. So kind of, yeah, I think maybe a little unusual.
Yeah, I mean the truth is we made this place just too comfortable, and we can't
That's
even
one,
leave.
one
We can't
reason
leave.
it's difficult to go live in the house.
We're just too lazy to leave.
That is true.
All right, so that's about it for our future project, I think.
Yeah, and we're going to get a decent camera as well. So I'm sorry if this is a bit grainy. In the future, you can see all my wrinkles in 4K definition.
So yeah, please keep tuned. Do you have anything?
Keep tuned. Yep. Again, thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to anybody who sent a question. Sorry for the name butchering.
And if you guys have
Go on.
If you guys have any requests, like what kind of videos you want to see of us doing, or just more renovation DIY,
that'd be helpful because we really don't have any inspiration.
We don't have any idea what we're doing. So what would be the ending? So those are an ending.
Ending. Or make up a song.
Okay. Are you gonna sing again?
May as well.
Intro and outro.
Yeah, I'm big into making up songs on the spot.
If anybody's interested in singing.
Thanks for watching our show, but now we've got to go.
Alright.
That wasn't bad. Come on. Round of applause. Thanks guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.